Hello and welcome back to the show. Yes, we're back with another podcast with the Club to Club in the 39 Premier Division, and of course we are now going to Essex on Clacton on Sea to visit FC Clacton. Of course, the team play at the Rush Green Bowl. And currently, capacity is 3,000 with 200 seated seats. The nickname is the Seasiders. And the home kit is, of course, blue with a kind of like a white middle plus blue socks and a blue shorts. The away colours are red shirt, white shorts, and red socks. Of course, they play in the Premier Division. They came 6 out of 20 in the 2018-19 season, so they're still back into the third round Premier Division for another season. So let's go back to where it all started in 1897 with the original club. The original club was actually called Clacton Town. They were established on the 27th of October 1892, and they of course joined the North Essex Leagues in 1895, and also they did win the Division 2 Championship on 1898 to 99 season, and of course and 1899 to 1900. As well as the Essex Junior Cup in 1900. They also got promoted to Division 1 for the next season. Unfortunately, it did fold towards the end of that season. But then back in 1902, they then got reformed as Old Clactonians, who joined then the Harwich District League in 1902, which they remained into the league, which was 1905. They then go back to Clacton Town. Then they finished winning the first championship in the first division, so it was good. The club then returned to the Harwich District League and also joined the South East Anglian League in 1907. Of course, they did win the Division 2 that season in 1907 to 1908. So after that, they went into 1908 to 1909 season. They began to play in the Colchester District League, where they were Division 2 champions and Division 2 Cup winners as well in 1909 to 10. Also winning Division 2, which was now renamed as the East Anglian League for the following season. In 1912, for the second time, the club folded due to certain circumstances like cash flows. Maybe players not playing, so they then they of course folded in the second time. But then in the following year, in 1913, they reformed again. Following that, which they joined the Essex and Suffolk Border League, which was known as the Colchester District League, remaining into that until the 1934 season, which is pretty incredible. So that was pretty interesting there. But then in 1921 to 24, plus the 1927 to 28, they actually played in the Essex District League. Following that, the 1934, the club became members of the Eastern Counties League, which is of course now the 39 Premier Division. 1936 to 37 season, they were actually the runners-up in the league, came the second, of course, out of 12. They played 22 games. They won 17, drew 2, 3 losses, 65 goals for, 35 against, and 36 points. Not bad for them. But in 1937 to 38 season, they actually went to the Essex and County League. There was only 5 teams in the league. They actually came bottom of that league. They played 16 times. They only won 4, drew 2, 10 losses, 15 for, 40 against, and only 10 points. So the following season after that, they actually did come back to the Eastern Counties League, which was they finished in 6th with 13 teams. They played 24 games, 13 wins, 3 draws, 8 losses, 65 for, 46 against, 29 points. And then they stayed in the 39th division for that season, right until to the 1953 to 54 season, when they actually finished second with 18 teams in the league. They played 34 times, 20 wins, 9 draws, 5 losses, 62 against, 28 conceded, and 49 points. After that, they came on 1958 to 59 season. They actually joined the Southern Division League, which was the South Eastern Zone League. Unfortunately, they finished second from bottom, only with 17 teams in the league. So they played 32 times, 6 wins, 7 draws, 19 losses, 44 against, 81 against, and 19 points. So not a great start to the Southern Division League there. So the next season after that, 1959 to 60 season, they actually became the Division 1 champions of the Southern League. Of course, they had 22 teams in that in that season. They played 42 times, 27 wins, 5 draws, 10 losses. They had 106 goals for, 69 against, and 59 points. So they got promoted to the 39 division, which was great. But unfortunately, they got relegated in the following season. 1962 to 62 to 63 season were relegated. They came bottom out of 21 out of 21. 40 played, 3 wins only, 7 draws, 30 losses, 54, 135 goals conceded with only 13 points. So after the one season after that, they came Division 1 champions on 1963-64, before then rejoining the Eastern Counties 1964-65 season, finishing in second with 26 points. 26 played, 18 wins, 2 draws, 6 losses, 70 goals for, 40 against, with 38 points. So we come into the 74-75 season. They finished second, only 2 points behind the champions, which was Sudbury Town at the time. They were still called Clacton Town at this stage. They had 38 played, 27 wins, 4 draws, 7 losses, 110 for, 44 against, with 58. Sudbury, on the other hand, had 60 points, of course. They played 38, won 26. Drawn only 4, lost only 4, 82 4 goals and 32 against. They weren't too bad. I thought they, for 74-75, they came very, very close to winning the league. But back in 91-92 season, relegation again to Division 1. They came 21st out of 22nd teams. They played 42 times, 11 wins, 9 draws, 22 losses, 50 goals for, 90 put past them, 42 points. And I thought I'll put this in there, being a Thetford Town fan. Thetford Town actually came bottom in that league in 91-92 season, relegated with Clacton Town. Of course, we played 42 games, only 3 wins, 4 losses, 35 losses. Wow, that's incredible. 31 goals scored, 105 conceded with only 13 points. Oh my God. So, after that season, they stayed in the Division 1 for a couple of seasons, back into 94-95 season, where they actually were champions of Division 1. And they played 36 times, 25 wins, 5 draws, 6 losses, 86 goals for, 39 against, and 80 points. They were actually joined with Sudbury Reserves. They had 75 points. But so they came back into the division, the Premier Division from there. But 2005-2006, they came rock bottom. Disaster happened. 42 played, no wins, 1 draw, 41 losses. Wow. 20 goals for, and 179 goals conceded with only 1 point. However, in the 2005-2006 season, they didn't go down in that season because only one team only went up from the division. 2 clubs went up from the division, which was AFC Sudbury and Bury Town. And one team actually got refused promotion, which was Finborough Institute. Unfortunately, that's how they didn't get relegated, which was probably a good thing. So in 2007-2008 season, Clacton Town was no longer Clacton Town anymore. It was now FC Clacton in the first division. They actually finished 10th out of 19 in the league. So good start for the FC Clacton team. But then in 2009-2010, they were actually promoted back into the third and non-Premier Division with 36 played, 27 wins, 7 draws, 2 losses, with a massive 117 goals for, 40 against, with 88 points. From that period on, they've been the Premier Division ever since, from 2009-2010. Of course, they're now in the 2019-20 season, which we'll get onto very shortly. But I found some statistics after the 2009-2010 season, after they got promoted. So, in 2014-2015, they actually finished in 16th place. There was 20 teams in the league. They played 38 times, 12 wins, 4 draws, 22 losses, minus 20 goals difference. There was no for or against for the goals tallies in the league. When they had 40 points, and also found some appearances and goals in that season as well. So we had a Billy Wells who had 42 appearances with 3 goals. Aaron Condon. He had 39. I'm sorry if I just butchered your name, Aaron. 39 appearances with 21 goals. Adam Daniels with 38 appearances with 4 goals. And then we had Stephen Downs with 33 appearances and only 1 goal. So, not bad for FC Clacton then. 2015-16, they actually finished in 10th. So they're going up in the leagues from the couple of seasons. They had 49 points, played 38 with 15 wins, 4 draws and 19 losses, with a minus 14 goal difference. Appearances and goals for that season, you had Ben Parkin, who had 46 appearances with 9 goals. Billy Wells again, 46 appearances with only 1 goal this time. Kevin Coyle had 45 appearances with only 9 goals. And then Aaron again, 42 appearances and 32 goals. I think he was actually their top goal scorer for that season. So coming into 2016 to 2017, disaster happened in that season. Finished in 20th to 21st of teams. They had 40 played, 9 wins, 4 draws, 27 losses, with minus 62 goal difference, with only 31 points on the board for 2016 to 2017. Appearances for that one with goals. We had Kevin Coyle again with 38 appearances with 13. Oliver Lane, I think, 33 appearances with 1 goal. And then James Shuttlewood with 33 appearances with no goals. So, following that season, we're still in the Premier Division here. We had actually more teams in the league. We had 24 teams in the league. FC Clacton finished in 18th. They played 46 times, 14 wins, 9 draws, 23 losses, with a minus 44 goal difference. And pretty good point scoring there, 51, which was actually the highest so far since they are back in the Premier Division from 2009-2010 season. So their top goal scorers, you had Lee Cowsley, 46 appearances with 2 goals. Jake Payne, 42 appearances with 12 goals. And then you had Harvey Collier with 41 appearances with no goals. So last season, 2018 to 2019, the best performance yet in the third and non-Premier Division. They finished in 6th position with 20 teams in the league. They finished off with 38 games played and 19 wins, which is pretty good for a league total there. 6 draws, 13 losses, with a goal difference of +2, and they had 63 points scored. So the best performance so far. So their top stats in that season, you had Harry McDonald, I think he's a central midfielder, had 44 appearances with 8 goals. Zachary Smith-Walter had 44 appearances with 1 goal. Adam Hampson had 43 appearances with 19 goals. Cole Andrade had 38 appearances with 17 goals. Not bad appearances for him. And we come on to the honours list. It's quite a good honours list here. Southern League Division 1 champions back in 1959 to 60. The Eastern Counties, which is of course the third and none, Division 1 champions in 1994 to 95 season. They were actually the Division 1 champions and Division 1 Cup winners in 1998 to 99. And also they did win the Cup as well in 1973 to 74. And of course they won it in 2001 to 2002. So East Anglian Cup, they were the winners. Twice they were winners back in 1956-57 season. And then 99 to 2000. Then quite an interesting cup, this one. Eastern Fiddler Cup back in 95-96 they were winners in. Essex Junior Cup in 1899 to 1900. North Essex League, they were the Division 2 champions on 2 occasions, 1898 to 99. And of course in the following season, 1899 to 1900. Not bad. So then we come into the South East Anglia League, 1907 to 08 season. They were the champions there. Then we come to the Colchester League. The only thing I could find on the Colchester League. Division 2 champions and cup holders, 1909 to 10. East Anglia League, they were the champions in 1910 to 11. Clacton and District League, I think they only played in that league for a few seasons. They were the champions in 1905 to 06 season. And then we come to quite an interesting fact about the FA Cup, the FA Vase. So, FA Cup, the best performance they had, they actually played in the proper round of the FA Cup. 1960 to 61 season, they played Southend United at home. They lost only by 3 goals to 1. In the FA Trophy competition, they got to the first qualifying round in 2 occasions. 1969 to 70 season, they played Seton Town. They lost away 2-1. 1978 to 79 season, they actually played Lowestoft Town. The first game was a 0-0 draw, but unfortunately FC Clacton lost after the replay by 1-0. Then we come on to the FA Vase, 4th round. 1974, there's only 2 occasions in this one. 1974 to 75, they played Wingate, losing 4-0 in the replay. And then again in 2008 to 2009, 4th round again, they played Christchurch. They lost by 4 goals to 0. So they haven't actually played. So that's the honours list and the FA Cup Vase and the FA Cup little honours list there. But the grounds, they had 3 grounds. So let's start with number 1. The first one they had was in 1935 to 37, 1938 to 39, 1946 to 58, 1964 to 87. They actually played in Old Road. Then again, after that, they played at 1987. They played at Gainsford Avenue. And then after that, they come to the Rushborough Green Bowl, 1987 to current date. So yeah, that's where they're playing at the moment. Then going on to their manager, Tom Austin. He was actually appointed on February 2018, replacing Kieran Shelley. He actually got a manager award in I think it's the Essex newspapers. He was one of the top. He was the top manager for that award, and of course their player Harry McDonald. He actually made the team as well. So that's a little bit of the team and the history about FC Clacton. But I've actually gone on to online recently. They've actually signed a new player today, FC Clacton. They actually are pleased to announce today they have signed Chris Ribchester. Apparently he did play for them a few years ago. He was the former managers and supports players player of the year. Chris actually is actually his third spade with the Seasiders, so that would be quite interesting for him. He's a centre back as well, so good luck to Chris for the following season. But he's actually signed a few other players as well. He got in a Brad Wesley, a centre defender from Harwich and Parkinson. So I don't know much about him. Then it came on to a player called, is it Mackenzie? I'm really sorry, Mackenzie, if I completely butchered your name. He's on loan for a season from FC Sudbury. He did actually play in the third and non-Premier Division last season. I think it was about February, March time. At the end of the season, he played for Hadley United. Appearances, he had 8 appearances for the club and scoring 2 goals. So we'll see what Mackenzie can do here. And of course, then Jake Kelsey, we come over to him. Wow, he's been a pretty. He's done pretty well for himself. He's attacking midfielder striker. He's had over 113 appearances, 29 goals. One of those goals was actually a penalty with 3 assists. He had spells with, of course, FC Clacton to start with. Then he went to Stanway Rovers, Brighton and Sea, and then, of course, he went back to AFC Sudbury. Then he moved, I think it was again, same as Mackenzie there. He went on loan again to FC Clacton, where he finished the season. And now Jake Kelsey will start the 2019 season to 2020 season with FC Clacton. So that is all about FC Clacton. So guys, if you enjoyed the show, hope you enjoyed yourselves if you got this far, and I hope I'll see you again for the next one, which is actually God Manchester Rovers. We go back to Cambridgeshire and see what the Rovers have got to offer. So until then, my name is Lee, and we'll see you next time. Cheers, bye for now.